Hi everyone, my name is Folari Angela Olua Rachel. Welcome to this special episode of Catch Up with Fa. I'd like to give a shout out to Black Point Studio for sponsoring this video. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. I'd like you to guess. Actually, we're going to be talking about working in the life of God. Working in the life of God. As a child of God, you're expected to work in the life of God. Many of us just live our lives one step at a time, like, I don't even really know what will happen today. Let me just live my life like that. I'm going out. You're not covered enough. You're just doing things for yourself. You're not carrying God alongside with your journey, which is actually very wrong. Walking in the life of God means you're working in the full identity of God. You're working in the full identity of God. You're not living for yourself. You're working in the consciousness of God under His covering. Sometimes you see some people, they'll give them a job offer of like 3 million in a month and they'll just say yes. They don't even think of consulting God or letting God know that, yes, I need to involve Him concerning the situation of my life. They just do things as they see it, as like, oh, this thing looks beautiful on the surface, then I'll delve into it. They don't try to like involve God in it. They don't try to work in the life of God. They don't try to let God lead them, guide them, direct them concerning the affairs of their life, which is very, very wrong. I think you should make a U-turn right now and walk in the life of God. I'd like us to open the book of Colossians 1 from verse 9. I'll be reading downwards. It says, "For this reason, since the day we have heard about you, we've not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fill you with His knowledge of His will through all wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives." Verse 10 says, "So that you may live a life worthy of the calling and please Him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God." Many of us just tend to live our lives anyhow. Meanwhile, there's a reason why we are created to this world, and we ought to walk in the leading of God. We ought to let God lead us. We ought to let God guide us. We ought to let God see us through our life's journey. We ought not to be living like other people are living, like they don't have a father. We ought to live with the consciousness of a father, letting God lead us, guide us, direct us, and cover us throughout life's journey. I'd like you to make a U-turn and live your life worthy of Christ. Live your life worthy of Christ. Work in the life of God. Work in the life of God. That's what God needs of you right now. You need to work in the life of God. The benefits are, number one, when you work in the life of God, you are working in light. You are not working in darkness. Though it might seem like, oh, it's not glamorous, it's not as beautiful as what is supposed to be on the surface. But once you work in the life of God, you are in light already. And when there is light, you know there is peace actually. Also, when you work in the life of God, it will help you concerning your journey, your life's journey. It's going to be a pathway to a prosperous future. Also, working in the life of God also is you walking your way into a good way into eternity. I'm very sure you don't want to spend the rest of your life in the darkness. I'm very sure you want to spend eternity in the best place. And God has a better plan for you. Let Him hold you closely. Let Him hold you tightly. We know the economy is looking like, oh, I don't get it. Let Him guide you. Let Him see you through. And you will see what beauty God is going to make out of your life. That's all we'll be taking on this special episode. I'd like to say thank you to Black Point Studio for this opportunity again. Bye, guys.